It's Sunday, which means, what does it mean? It means it's time for a Stashcast. But before we get there, for those of you who are new here and don't know who I am, I'm Aradia Noir, your resident witch and creatrix over to Aradia's Hand and Today's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And on Sundays, we like to do a little thing called the Stashcast. So, for those of you who don't know, stash is usually a collection of materials that creatives use. It can be beads, buttons, paint, yarn, thread, fabric, whatever you use in your medium. And stash has a tendency to accumulate. So a lot of people who have a stash, they have a good size stash, which is why sometimes you will see someone turn to de-stash because that means they got too much. Or they decided they wanted it, now they don't want it. That's a thing that happens. Also, my brain just like fritzed out for a second. So the other thing that I do a little differently that I like to add is I like to also consider my tools as part of my stash. And that's because a lot of the times I have several tools. I buy sets, I get handmade or, heirloom tools. And so I think it's relevant to consider that because, the tools are part of the art, right? That's the thing. So without further ado, we have talked about all kinds of knitting looms over the last, 1, 2, 3, I think 4 weeks. We started off with a brief overview of all of them and then went down by section. Circular, rectangle, flower, and the French knitter last week. And this week we're going to talk about the Lucet. So I only have one Lucet, just like I only have one flower loom, and I only have one rectangular loom at the time that I did the video anyway. So I almost included this in the weaving section, which will be starting up next week. That'll be next week's Stashcast, the major one. But while it's called Lucet weaving, it really is more like knitting. It's creating a 2-stitch I-cord that kind of looks like a box braid. Lucets are used to make cords. I like to make various sizes of cords. I like to experiment with different thicknesses of yarn, different techniques, beads, no beads, gimp, no gimp, multiple colors, and stuff like that. So I've got 2 examples for you. Now, I got this at a fiber festival. And so, yeah, because it's small and portable, that's why I love this too. There are other versions that have handles. This is by Willette, and he has a turned handle and just a flat handle. They're on my list of things to go, but I like this one because it's got no handle, it fits in your pocket. It travels really easy. It's really easy to use. But that creates this. So as you can see, it kind of looks like a prism, and this is 3 strands. So the 3 strands, that's what it looks like, right? There's a significant growth, and this right here, this is a fairly loose tension cord. I didn't pull it too tight, and also it's got some nice sproing to it, which is fun, and I like how this works. When I make my novelty yarns, I use it. The other thing is, and I realized I don't have any plain Lucet like weaving around here. There's this one. This is called this is a gimp. That gray piece right there, it is another yarn that is woven back and forth through. I don't love that they called it that. But apparently there are a couple of definitions because bobbin lace also does a gimp, and usually in that case it's a contrasting yarn or a thread, and it's meant to be like an accent, but I think also a stabilizing piece. I'm not sure. I haven't made one with one yet. But again, we've got a nice cord. This one is pulled significantly tighter. It still has some give. And then it's got this nice little kind of cowly fashion cowl. I like it. I think it's fun. It's all tendrils and tentacles and like wispy things. So there you go. There you go. I think of all the ones that I've shared, the Lucet's my favorite. The French Knitter is a close second. The other ones I don't have a lot of experience with. I haven't used them a ton, and so it's really hard for me to form an opinion on them. So there's that. But if you'd like to see pictures of these two pieces as well as the Lucet itself, then you can scroll into the post below. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that link at the top of the description and it'll take you over to Patreon so you can view the pictures. My question for you today is, have you used a Lucet? Do you have a particular designer or brand that you like? What kind do you have? What have you made with it? And just a little quick thing. So all of the times that we have talked about looms over the last several weeks, the size of the loom and the tension and the gauge and everything has always been very static and very important. So whatever size the loom is, whatever size the pegs are, whatever size or space there's between stitches, that's just how it is. This is the one exception. So as you can see, right, thinking of this now, this is really tight. Now this orange is the same exact one as this one, and you can see this is a lot looser, and so there's a lot more control over the tension with that, which I thought was really cool. So there's that. Now I will link below where you can find this. I'm probably gonna link to his main page, but I might link to the section, just because Stephen Willette is a hand turner, and so it usually has like a relatively limited quality. He's not mass manufacturing these, so I don't want to link to a listing and then it's that one's sold or whatnot, because I don't know how his website is set up, but you'll be able to find it below so you can get your own. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think that's it. That's it. That's it. I think so. So, as always, you can find my websites at Laertes Hand and Danae's Divine, linked below, along with my active social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I wanted to reward you since you were so patient and you got to the end of this video. What are we doing tomorrow? Oh, well, we're going to do Monday Motivation because it's Monday. Hopefully I'll be motivated and have a lot of energy. I don't know. Like right now, I seem perky. I'm not. I'm extremely tired. I'm just animated. My animation levels have nothing to do with how tired I am, which usually confuses people. Confuses me. It's fine. It's just how things are. But regardless of whether I'm motivated or not, we are going to set some intentions for this week so we can check in on them on Wednesday and then see how we did on Friday. So big thanks to everybody who's liked and subscribed on YouTube. Thank you. And everybody over on Patreon watching, I appreciate you. It means the world to me that you're a patron. And if you're on YouTube and you're not a patron yet, consider going over there. I do monthly videos that I don't post anywhere else that are patron only, as well as some community work that I don't offer, anywhere else. So it's a way of giving back and doing it like sustainably too, which is important. So without further ado, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow, sweetlings. Toodles!